Hey everybody, what's stankin'? Temu here, and in today's video I want to talk about one of my coolest productions from back in the day, Keep On Dancing. We're doing a re-release of this song this year, 2023, August 11th. You can put your pre-orders in for limited edition vinyl. We're not printing a billion of these. And so in this video I want to talk a little bit about sort of the macro view of the creative path that I was on at that time. A couple fun facts. So I wrote that song in 2010, and that was part of a larger EP project called The Sign-In. And that project was actually very much a departure from what I had been doing just prior to that. It was very much an intentional attempt to try and do more of a mainstream crossover approach. Prior to that, I actually had my own band, and it was actually a growing band. It sort of ballooned up to 15 people at a point. We were doing a big sound. I was writing all the songs. All the musicians were sort of, kind of contributing in different ways, coming up with different ideas, and every song it would just, turn really grand. And I had a great time doing that. It was amazing. But also at the same time, I was working with a manager who was saying, maybe you should try something that's a little bit more mainstream. Try and play with some new sounds, some of today's sounds, the 2010 sounds, that is. And, try and simplify it a little bit more, try something else. And so I gave it a shot. I kind of did my research on the stuff that was moving me at the time. Timbaland was a huge inspiration for me at that time. He was doing some really cool stuff, the whole Nelly Furtado stuff, and stuff with Chris Cornell, may he rest in peace. I was very interested in a lot of the stuff that he was doing, and I loved that approach. It was still kind of funky in a way, and so I very much honed in on that sort of a feel. But at the same time, it was also a huge learning curve, because I was going from sort of an indie artist, an indie band, to trying to figure out how can I make my material sound commercial ready, sort of, right? Able to compete in that commercial realm. And so there was a huge learning curve about that. To try and get to that point, I was working with another engineer, and so that was a really important sort of experience for me, and I'm going to share more about that in the next video. So this video was mainly just covering sort of the creative journey I was on. And so prior to that, especially when I started in my teens, I was doing electronic music, but it was definitely a little bit more soul and funk focused, not too much mainstream focus. And I certainly was not thinking too much about the lyrics that I was writing, not that consciously. Keep On Dancing was definitely one of the first times I wanted to try and write something that could resonate and also had, all of the different, qualities and characteristics of a hit song, right? Things that repeat, things like that. And so in the next couple of videos, I'm going to share more about the writing and the production process. This one's just a little bit more about the overall creative process. All right, y'all. Stay tuned for August 11th for those limited edition vinyls, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.